Hey guys, what's going on? It's Gravy Inkling here, back to shoot another video. Today we are going to be playing some more Modern Combat Versus, and we're going to be talking about ways that Gameloft can make the game better. Modern Combat Versus is a great game, but it can definitely be better. So today we are going to talk about the ways Gameloft can make it better. So this is a live commentary. So yeah. So this is a live commentary, so I'm going to be trying to play. I don't have time to make a full normal commentary, so I have to do a live commentary. Sorry about that. And I forgot to change my graphic settings from high to low for the video, so I might have low FPS. I don't know. Now,
fame and smell my glory.
It's alright actually.
Easy contract for
So,
you. Take out the enemy agents and we can call it a day.
Anyways, first way I think they can make it better is more agent customization. Now, the agents in this game, there is not really many ways to customize them besides skins. And I died, which I do not care. If you count skins, which don't really count. I'm talking about like ways to affect. Now, I have two ideas for more agent customization. First thing that Gameloft could do is make the add a system where you know how the agents have their abilities, they have their main abilities, and make it so if you make it so there's more abilities that you can unlock. Basically how this would work is as you play, as you unlock, as you do get enough maybe tokens, or how the upgrade system works for the agents. After each thing, like line, maybe you could unlock a another ability for the agents. So they wouldn't be OP abilities, like they wouldn't be better than the other. They would be similar to the main ability, to the default abilities, just a bit slightly different. For example, in Plants vs Zombies Garden Warfare, in the Garden Warfare series, you could unlock different abilities for your characters. And let's take an example from that game. So the soldier in Garden Warfare, one of his abilities is the RPG on his back. You can use that, and it has a cooldown timer. But there was another ability you could unlock where basically it would be the same, but it would shoot 3 rockets at a time, and it would be weaker too. It would also be weaker, but there would be more rockets, so something like that. So let's take an example from this game. Let's use Monarch as an example. Let's say, you know how he has his pistol ultimate ability? What if you could unlock one of the abilities for him? Would be it would be the same pistol, but it would be an automatic pistol like the Glock 18. Now, it would do a slightly less damage, and it would have less time it would absorb faster. But it would ultimately, damage-wise, it would be, I mean, it have slightly less damage, but it would be better than the normal one. But obviously, there are some sacrifices that you have to make. But this is one of the examples for more agent customization. Second example for more agent customization would be actually attachments, or ways to customize the agent's main weapon. Now, I'm not talking about an attachment system ripped straight out of Call of Duty. I'm talking about slight tweaks. Let's take Con, for example. Now, these would also be in the agent upgrades, just like the abilities. But if you have it so, let's say how Con has a 30. Let's say you can make Block's assault rifle burst. If you can make his assault rifle burst, and it would be a attachment or whatever the Gameloft would want to call it if they decide to add them into the game, which I don't. Make sure to tweet at Gameloft, or like send this to Gameloft if anyone at Gameloft is reading this. If you're a dev, please consider like maybe add this in if you want. But so let's say one of the abilities would be for luck for the attachments that you could add to his weapon would make his gun a burst rifle. It would make his gun a burst rifle, but it would be far more accurate, and it would do more damage, obviously. But it would still play. He would still play pretty much the same. So Gameloft could do that. Another way they could do this. Let's do another example for lock. You know how he has his iron sights? There could be a unlockable attachment where he adds a normal iron sight or something, but it reduces range and accuracy, but it increases his damage a little bit. I'll just say that because it'll be better for close range. Because you know how his sight is like an optic kind of, like an ACOG kind of. So it would increase his it would increase his range a little bit and his damage a little bit. Even though that's not logical, this is a video game. It doesn't matter. I am not that good at Monarch. Sorry. So that would be another way for agent customization. Another way. Now let's move on to the next. To make Modern Combat versus better is more contracts. Now this game has a contract system where you do a certain amount of challenges, you get a loot box, but there isn't enough to do. There isn't enough to get a loot crate. It takes you a lot of contracts to get a single loot crate. So if they had in each contract, in each daily contract, if they had 2 extra contracts that were extremely harder, but they gave you 3 times the credits, and I'm sorry, my team is horrible. We're doing extremely bad. And they did 3 times the credits. So they gave you 3 times the amount of credits, but they were much harder to do. I think that would be great. Or they could have a full event, maybe they can have an event every week or something, that is a hard challenge only. So each challenge in there is extremely hard, but it gives you a ton of credits. Now this would be amazing. I think this would be amazing. And adding a few extra contracts would make it easier to unlock loot boxes, and they would add more people coming back to the game, because they would want that really hard contract to earn to get maybe 50 credits or something, which is half. And 2 of those challenges, boom, you get a loot box. Or maybe each of those challenges would be a loot box, depending on how hard they are. And I just think this would be a really good addition to the game. And they could do, yeah, I just think it would be a good addition to the game. So the next thing is crouching. Now, crouching it could change the dynamic of the game a lot, but I think they could figure it out. I honestly think that Gameloft could figure it out, adding a sort of crouching mechanic. I think this is not necessarily needed, but I'm just giving an example. I think that this could add more skill to the game. So let's look at an example. Now, Counter-Strike Global Offensive, or CSGO as you might say. Its crouching is it makes your gun highly more accurate, and that's where the skill gap is. If you know when to crouch, you know not necessarily how to crouch, but if you know when to crouch, when's the right time to crouch, and if you can do that effectively, then you're gonna be a god. They can do the same amount of combat versus. If they had crouching, first of all, it would make it if you're running straight into someone and you've got a gunfight, you crouch, boom. Well, the enemies are most likely going to be aiming for your head. So if you crouch, they will just be shooting at thin air. So it gives them time to relocate their crosshair. And maybe it can make the guns highly more accurate. So knowing when to crouch would be. I don't think this is necessarily that good of an idea, because it could change the dynamic of the game. But I'm just bringing it up. So that's one thing I think they could do. Next thing I think they should do is just more game modes. This game, there's a few game modes, and they're just your generic, your kill confirm, your king of the hill, your TDM. Add more creative modes. Like maybe agent versus corp soldiers. It wouldn't be called like that, but a game mode idea. It probably wouldn't be called corp soldiers versus agents, but it could be 4 agents, or maybe even 1 agent, or 2. Let's just say 2 agents for now against 6 corp enemies. So these. Or they could add more. I'm not sure if that would mess with the game. But maybe they could add a higher player. But there will be 6 corp enemies. The 2 agents have 1 life. They cannot be revived. The agents have like they can't be revived. They have normal agent health. The corp soldiers, on the other hand, have very low health. They have 100 health, or no, let's say a little bit more, like 500 or 1,000 health. They have very low health, and their job is just to kill the agents. They have to kill the agents and work as a team to kill the agents. I just think this would be a very good game mode idea, and maybe a game mode. If you know the game mode SWAT from Halo, if they added SWAT, which SWAT basically it lowers the time to kill. It's basically a mode where the time to kill is extremely low, so it would be more tactical. And if they added, because the time to kill in this game is really high, so it would be a really fun game mode for them to add. And they could do more creative things like elimination SWAT. Like, well, if they added a last man standing mode to the game, add a SWAT version of that game, would make it really tactical, because you would have to be like ducking around any corner, because you would die in like 3 shots or something like that, 3 or 4 shots, like Call of Duty time to kill. So you would really need to work with your team and really need to plan. Or you wouldn't. I mean, they would have to have voice chat, obviously, but I could see this being a really competitive mode and probably a really fun mode. I would definitely love to see this elimination or SWAT itself be added into the game. And have a SWAT version of every single game. I don't think every single game mode, maybe just 2 SWAT game modes or 1 SWAT game mode. But I just think it would be cool. Next game mode idea would be free for all. This is something every game needs. I know that this is a team-based shooter, but it doesn't hurt to have a free-for-all mode in it. Overwatch added it earlier in its life cycle, and that worked fine. No one complained. It wouldn't be that big of a deal. And I just think free-for-all is something that this game needs. It would be really fun, and it would just be a good game mode overall. Because every game needs free-for-all. Come on, every game needs this. Except if it's Plants vs Zombies Garden Warfare. That game would not work in the free-for-all. It would just not make sense. But anyways, yeah, I think that should be added. Final thing that should be added. I think the final thing that would really improve this game would have to be a full-fledged currency system. Now, you must be asking, great, currency system would make the game pay to win. They already had a currency system. Now, we sort of have currency systems for different types of things. Let me finish before you start screaming in the comments. I think the currency should be for loot. They should have a loot box currency for the loot crates that you would unlock from they already have this, but if you could keep this, and you would just, it wouldn't be like the current system, but it wouldn't be pay to win even if you would buy stuff, because this game isn't pay to win anyways. But to remove that, everyone just buying it, just don't allow you to buy this currency. I think it would be really good, because if you're saving, you want a certain type of crate, you could save up for that. And I just think this would be a really good addition. If they don't make it like microtransaction-y, then yeah, it would be a really good addition. But they wouldn't need to give you that much for, like, probably the same amount of credits, or maybe 2 times the amount of credits they have. Or maybe it would just be they give you gems. Or no, that wouldn't work, then that would be pay to win. But just I think that would be a pretty good idea. So hope you all enjoyed this video. I will catch you all later. Bye bye.